a winner's mindset coming up. So a few weeks ago, my wife and I took my son to the Broncos training camp. He loves football and he loves the Broncos, and so we wanted to go out and take him out there so he could watch practice and watch some of his favorite players. And as I was sitting there with him watching practice, I started analyzing all the players. And one thing I started to notice was the best players just acted different. Just everything that they did just seemed on a whole nother level. They were more excited, they were more enthusiastic, they seemed to have more energy. They were just in this flow state of mental focus, it seemed like all the way through. Even the basic drills, they were taking far more serious, and they were very communicative. They were always communicating to players, trying to level them up and coach them up. They were communicating to coaches. They just seemed excited to be there. They were there early, getting going. They stayed a little later. Just everything they did just seemed to act different than all the other players. And so I started to analyze the other players. And one thing I started to notice there pretty quick was they were every bit as big, as strong, and as fast as the best players, in many cases actually more athletic. And so I was thinking, well, why aren't they the best players? And it's because the way they were acting wasn't the same, right? They didn't bring as much effort into every drill. They weren't as enthusiastic, as excited, as communicative to the other players and coaches as the best players. And I got to thinking, what makes the best players the best? And it's more than athleticism, it's their mindset. It's a winner's mindset. And one thing I was thinking that actually helped them do that even more so was they know that the fans there watching them are watching them. And so this is giving them a little bit extra energy, right? When you know you're being watched all the time, don't you act just a little bit different? And this is what was helping motivate them to act on a different level. And so I was thinking, how do we act different in our everyday work life or personal life? How can we level up and be the best players or best performers in our areas of life? And if we could just imagine there was a little stands there of our biggest fans watching us everywhere we went, maybe our best fans just following us, watching our every move, wouldn't we act just a little bit different, work just a little bit harder? And so why don't we just imagine that's actually happening? And what are the areas in life maybe where you're falling a little short with regards to excellence? How can you take your mindset and push yourself to be excellent? And I think at the end of the day, if we all choose the path of excellence, we're going to be proud of the life that we lived, right? And ultimately, the easy way isn't what makes us proud. It's the hard way. And so think about that. What can make you the top performer in your team? How can you raise the level of performance around with the other players on your team so that your team is ultimately the best team, right? It all comes down to mindset. It doesn't come down to raw talent. And so here's the deal. The key to a winning mindset is having a winning mindset. And the best players in the NFL have that, and the best players in every business across America, they have that. And so you can have that too. That's my tip for the day. Hopefully you like it. Share it with your friends if you think there's value here. Leave some comments with some stories that you have around ultimately lifting up your mindset. Like the video, follow us for more content like this down the road. Happy marketing.